Hello and welcome to another episode of Last Call for Adventure. I just I know you always have the preview in your background, Tim, but like with the logo up, it looks like so much cooler for some reason.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, it looks like so
I was
cool.
wondering, like, did I mess my camera up or something? I was like, "Oh, yeah, I just forget it was on."
So dope, so dope. Um, Thank you for your patience. We're here. We're excited to play some D&D. Let's go around and introduce our wonderful players as well as the characters they're playing. Take it away, Strippin.
Hi, I'm Strippin. I play Church. Um, he is he's a bad guy, and this episode it seems his badness has caught up to him. So we will see what happens to my night rogue assassin. Um,
He's not a
yeah,
bad guy. He's just misunderstood.
no, he's bad.
Are we
Megan, you
sure? He's
sound
probably
like
got
the
a
peak of like, I can fix him.
Yeah,
yeah, he's probably just,
maybe it's gonna
secretly
take
a
a
heart of gold.
truffle thinking he's not bad for him to maybe not be as bad.
You say so
We'll
I
see.
There
can
you
fix him.
go.
You just gotta
I've
weaponize
just
it.
given you like enough hope to believe you can fix him.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And I mean, you fixed your camera, so why not your morals?
If I can fix my camera, I can fix anything. Am I right?
I
Ten
debated.
10
There's
years
you know how you
later.
have, like, the 2 wolves inside you?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
wolf was like, "Don't make this joke," and the other wolf ate that first wolf.
Yeah, he gobbled him up. It was gone.
Tim, who are you? Who do you play?
Hi. Um, I'm Tim Mack. I stream GTA RP. It is fun and stressful, but kinda cool. And I play Ragnar, he's a barbarian. He's naive, son of a corporate father that he turned on, that is now going to hunt down another family member. It's the longest short of it, I think.
Oh my gosh, I am happy you're having the reverse of the experience I had, which was a D&D player playing GTA RP,
Oh
and
yeah, oh yeah, I love it. It's
yeah, there's a lot of, like, rules that you don't know until you go in.
yeah. Try being a cop.
Oh.
That adds like
Don't
10 times
don't
the
do that.
complexity to
Don't do it.
it.
So I wasn't a cop on my friend's server, but I was a judge because I used to do competitive debate, and I know
Ooh,
Robert's Rules of Order. And, I my streams were so boring because I was, like, so committed to the bit. I would stop at every red light and never break any rules or laws while I was, like, streaming the game, and everyone was like, "It takes this bitch 30 minutes to get from one place to
Yeah,
'cause I was
it's
like,
true.
"I'm
The
the
lights are
judge."
always red, always, always red.
But as a judge, I can't, like, be running around all unless I was a crooked judge, which I was not interested in pursuing that. But anyways,
So you find
enough
out
about
later on
me.
that the cops don't want to mess with the judges because they don't want them to be against them during a court case.
Oh, you have more
yeah.
power than
The
Ah.
judge
anyone
is
else,
speed of the
probably.
time, and we're not gonna do shit about it, man. I'm just like, have a nice day. Be on your way, Mr. Judge.
Dang.
Yep.
That's kinda cool. That's kinda cool. Momo, who are you? Who do you play?
Hi, I'm Momo. I play games on Twitch. Uh, and I play Weiss Eddard. She is currently a burly, more than likely short man with a beard. It's going
I
great.
actually forgot that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I totally forgot that you shapeshifted. Amazing, amazing. Kraken, who are you? Who do you play?
I'm Kraken. I play Truffle Fungal Horn, um, the little guy of the group. Uh, he's got a lot of mushrooms. He's probably the only like good person uh, in the group, at least so far. Um, And we'll see how far he slides down the path of morality today.
He's got a lot of
Yeah.
mushrooms.
And he's got a little pet chameleon dog now, a
You
lizard
do.
dog.
I just loved how blunt you're like, the only good person in the group.
I mean, they're all
Good is
criminals.
subjective.
They're literally criminals.
Hey, we
I
gotta
think
do
it's
what
the
we gotta
Lord
do
that
out
is evil,
here,
and
right?
I am the good.
Uh-huh. From my perspective, you are the evil one.
Yeah.
We find ourselves aboard a massive riverboat floating just on the outskirts of a floating market. Uh, the stars are coming out one by one, and the temperature becomes less oppressive as the day has worn on. The cool breeze from the man-made river feels gentle to those on the either side of the docks, um, as the sweet relief of night rolls in. The deck of the riverboat is a little less rowdy than before as people kind of settle into their more, languid, I guess you could say, nighttime routines. But far below the top deck and the main deck, we come across a bald-headed man with a gold tooth strapped to a chair, uh, being worked over a little bit, by a dwarven woman who backhands poor Church across the face again without asking any questions really, just kind of going for it, working out some of her anger.
He spit some blood.
As you spit, Church, your former friend is at the doorway, gorgeous Mac, kind of protesting and trying to get in. "Oi, you said you'd go easy on him. This wasn't part of the deal." And he's, like, trying to, like, push his way in until one of the other, uh, people in the room, a, rather smarmy looking tiefling, clothed in thin silks, kind of skitters on all fours forward and putting a knife to his throat is like, "Well, when it comes to shit stains like you, what's our incentive to keep up our side of the deal? Get out before we throw you in a chair next to him." You see gorgeous Mac kind of falter for a bit, and he backs off, kind of
It's
stepping
all
out of
right,
the
Mac.
doorway.
I'm too much for him anyway. Ain't that right, love?
The the dwarf slaps you again, this time with the other hand, with a fresh hand.
Yeah, he'll go, ooh.
As Mac kind of like probably see through like one swollen eye, Mac stepping away, kind of like a little forlorn as he's like, "You got to understand, Church. I didn't think that we had a deal."
That's the thing about deals, Mac. One side always gets fucked. Be seeing ya.
He like shakes his head and walks away, still arguing with the tiefling who goes out after him. You're left alone the with the dwarf and her two sort of guards at either side of the door. And give me a perception check to see what you can glean.
It's time to open roll 20. I talked to Tim about this, but I keep the game closed until I need to roll. So that
That's so cool.
my dice are hot. Oh, I'm not joking. I got
I
this roll.
listen,
Ready?
I get it.
I
Ready?
I can't
All
wait for
right,
this
hot
roll.
dice, hot dice, hot dice, Hot dice.
Perception. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
That's hot.
Wow. Really worked, huh?
Oh.
A lot lower than my passive perception. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I do only have one eye right now.
That's true. That's true. The other eye is pretty swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing you can glean about her is that she is hired muscle. You've dealt with the rough and tumble types before, and you understand pretty quickly she's cut from the same cloth as you,
Mm.
i.e., she's not calling any of the shots around here.
Right. You're clearly not calling any of your shots. Can't even give good shots. So who is?
She hits you again.
Oh. Oh?
Well,
That's
what?
a beatdown you're after, is it? Go get your boss.
Make a persuasion check.
Now this time the dice is super hot right now. That one was
Yeah. Oh, here we go. You're gonna have my luck this week.
maybe all right, here we go. Persuasion. All
Yep.
right, that was another 8.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Um, yeah, roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 3.
3. Yeah, she's gonna continue to work you over for another 15 minutes, dealing 3 bludgeoning damage to you as she does
Nice.
so.
Okay. Great.
Meanwhile, outside, Truffle, Ragnar, you are in pursuit of a small, somewhat fuzzy, hasn't lost his baby fuzz yet, chameleon that is skittering down the streets with preternatural agility, hot on the scent of glass, I believe it was, right?
Yep.
Yep, I think so.
Ragnar, you were able to climb to the top of a shopping stall facade and get a pretty good lay of the land, and you can see Truffle up ahead. Truffle, you are you're kind of keeping pace with, the small reptile that, like I said, kind of, like, occasionally changes colors and shifts into the color of the sandstone cobbles you're running on, and then shifts into the color of dirt, and then shifts into the color of a brightly colored carpet that it skitters along the wall of the on this tapestry that's hung on the wall and continues running until, um, finally it, like, stops near the edge of the water, uh, and starts going, "Woof, woof, woof, woof," like, with towards this, like, woman with blunt black hair, smoking a cigarette, heavily tattooed, kind of skulking in an alley not far from the water's edge.
Gotcha. Um, Truffle will scoop up Fen, go, there. Um, sorry, ma'am, my dog is very sick. Um, is this your you said the barge was behind her, or is this just like
Yeah, she's, like, in an alley not far from
oh, okay,
the
okay.
gangplank that goes up to the riverboat.
Um, you seem very nice. I'm Truffle. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. This is great. She, like, kind of whirls around, her almost geometrically cut in a straight line hair kind of, like, fanning out behind her, and then doesn't like, almost looks over you for a minute, cigarette still propped in her hand, and then finally, like, her eyes eventually meander down until she finds you. Um, yes, hello. You also seem nice.
Good, because I am. Would you like a mushroom?
Uh, no, I prefer not to partake in mushrooms from strangers.
Probably wise. And then he'll eat. He'll just grab one of the mushrooms from his pack and start eating it.
And you say your dog? She almost says this like a question and a statement.
Oh yes, I
You're like,
just got him, and he'll like you know show his little. What we had like a it's like a pot. Wait, what do we grab? It was like a basket. He'll like open the basket lid a little bit and show the little lizard dog inside. Um, I think he's friendly.
as you open the basket and show it, he starts like barking again, like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes, yes. And he'll put the lid back down.
And your dog is sick. How very sad for you. And you notice she like seems distracted as her eyes like continually scan back and forth.
Can I perceive what she might be trying to pay attention to?
Yeah, and Ragnar actually like you would be catching up about in this point too
Yeah.
because you were able
Okay.
to like keep eyes on them. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, give me an insight check, Truffle.
Hmm.
Yeah, in it's with a nat 1, yeah, it's, like, indiscernible. You you try to see, like, what she's looking for, and you almost wonder if for a moment if she's, like, clocked you or your friend.
Hmm. Are you okay?
She kinda, like, sighs as you say this. "Not exactly." And you
Do you want
see
to
she looks
talk
back
about
towards
it?
the riverboat. You
She looks
wanna
towards the
talk
boat.
about it?
Yeah.
Well, little one, even if I did talk about it, I'm not sure that you could help me.
Try me. He'll look to where she's looking at the boat. Nice boat.
Yes, it is a nice boat. And you see, much like your dog that's ill, I have a friend. Yeah, we'll call them a friend that I have use of that is very ill, one could say.
Mm.
So Ragnar's gonna come up, and I'm assuming he may have heard some of this coming up to it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
He'll just chime in and be like, is this one bothering you?" to her to
Mhm.
see if um, try to play it off like he's not really associated yet.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, on a day like this, these small things seldom amount to bothers. More of just like a faint annoyance.
Um, all right, well, he got away from me earlier. He's one of mine. Um,
Oh, he's
you
your
seem
child.
concerned about something nearby. Is there something we could help you with?
At this, she kind of like looks you up and down, like kind of appraising your armor and your stance. Are you a free agent?
Um, Somewhat. There is something we need.
If it's money, that I can provide easily.
Uh, I guess he'll chime in. He'll point over to the riverboat. And what do you know about this boat?
Oh, quite a bit. I'm a member there, you see.
We're sick friends on there.
Yes, my sick friend. A rather new friend, I might add. And she begins to like sense a opportunity with the two of you. She like kind of twirls her cigarette for a bit and then throws it on the ground and stamps it out with her heel and says, "You see, my friend, this bald man with a gold tooth, was supposed to do something for me, but he's indisposed on the boat. Now, I can't really be attached to his liberation, as it were. But if someone not associated with me were to be his nursemaid," and at this she looks at you pointedly, Truffle. Well,
Yeah,
that would
thank you.
be it would be of
Good.
interest of me to pay such parties.
I don't think I've ever been anyone's nursemaid before. What? Tell me more about this bald friend. I have a bald friend too. Maybe they know each other.
Ragnar will just kind of face palm for a second, trying to. uh, yes, I don't know if we're talking about the same person, though. Let's just assume we're not, Truffle.
Oh, okay. Does he need milk? Why does he need a nursemaid?
So, so what would you like for us to do? Do you want us to go retrieve him? Just talking over Truffle this way.
Yeah, yeah. She ponders for a moment and is like, "Yes, I would." You seem like you're not from here, so I'll give you a little bit of a primer of my predicament in the hopes that in my in my desperation, you will maybe exercise some discretion. You see, here in Rabina, there are a few different houses that have a tenuous peace with each other. And my arrangement with the bald man on board was for a sort of underhanded deal to maybe upset the balance of these houses with each other. Now, if this truth were to be extracted from the bald man on board, this would leave me in a rather precarious position. So of I have two options before me, and you can choose either one of these. One would be to put this man to sleep before he were to divulge any information about our potential deal tonight. Or the second would be to arrange for his, like I said, liberation in such a way that, once again, I am not connected to it. I don't know if y'all can hear that my cat is just yowling. Gomez, stop.
It's not bad if it is. I couldn't really.
He's just sitting there going, meow, meow. The entire time, so if I seem distracted because he won't stop.
uh, I think we'll go liberate your friend. Seems a little dirty to go execute him.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Yeah, well, I'm much more blunt than you are. Uh,
Uh, I've found that sometimes a blunt weapon can do a job that a scalpel can't.
I see. Any words of advice before we head that way?
Hi, buddy. And she goes, "Well, this will probably be useful." And she presses a gold membership card into your hand.
Ooh. Uh, and this will give me access to this riverboat.
It'll give you full run of the place, including the top deck.
Is
Ah,
that where the bald man is?
Last time I saw the bald man, well, he was being dragged up the stairs. Not on the top deck. My assumption is somewhere on the main deck.
Okay.
what do you expect we're
I
gonna find in there?
Yeah, this like let's see actually what she knows about. Da, da, da. She got a decent set of connections. Okay. She got a 13. As you as you ask her this, she's like, "Well, let's see. I do know that they usually roll in groups of 4, but the ship security is its own matter. You see, that vessel isn't equipped with human guards like you or I. It's equipped with constructs, 3 of them to be precise. If a brawl breaks out or people don't keep the peace, these constructs can be deployed with the push of a single button. Those will probably be more of a threat than anything organic that might be deployed your way.
All right.
Hey, sorry about that.
Are you good? Uh, well then, um, I think we probably should retrieve your friend before it's too late.
Yeah, we'll meet you back here when he's safe.
All right, then. Good luck.
Thank you. Trouble will head towards the gangplank, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. She like said, she like tilts her head at you as you like walk through because you're probably the strangest mercenaries she's ever met.
You were both pretty small too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, a little tiny. And meanwhile, on the top deck, Weiss, you are doing a seamless job of blending when all of a sudden a rather large, profusely sweating, bleary eyed half orc kind of barrels into you, hair pulled back, with one of his orcish tusks kind of plated in gold with rings pierced into it. Um, Kind of filed off to be a little blunt, just kind of barrels into you at full force and profusely apologizes as he does. "Oh, I'm sorry, you have to forgive me. I'm just a wee bit discombobulated."
Oi, well, you better find yourself. He responds as like the guy bumbles into it.
Uh, Said I was sorry. Yeah, yeah. Give you a free drink on the house. He hands you a token that has his his sort of side profile imprinted onto it for use only on the boat.
Yeah, he'd take it and kind of like look at it and nod at him as he made his way past, trying to look for a bald man.
Yeah, yeah. As the man, like, kind of, the orc kind of presses the token in your hand, he kind of like scans around and is like, y- you seen a broad with black hair up here?
Oh, I don't know. He just like grumbles to him and
Mm.
would look around. Have I seen a raven-haired lady?
Yeah, give me a perception check to see if you saw them. I'm trying to remember like last week where we left off.
Well, she
Almost
just
cast. I
came
almost
up over
cast
the.
an vicious mockery.
That's the second time you've done that. You have that button at the ready.
I know. I'm ready for it. Apparently, about to mock somebody
19.
viciously.
Yeah, you did see her leaving in rather a hurry, just as you were coming up the side of the ladder on the boat.
Hmm. Yeah, son. She'd be that way. And she'd like point in the direction, very clearly trying to take the attention off of himself as he starts like grumbling forward. He'd walk with like the big barreled arms outward now, trying not to get bumped into.
Mhm, mhm. And yeah, you see, the burly half orc just kinda, like, scowl and go, "Well, that's no good, is it?" And he just kinda, like, pushes past you.
And he'd oft his arms up. Oh, it's not my job to find people. I'm here to enjoy myself. Oh. And he like dusts his chest off as he walked away.
Give me a deception check or performance, actually.
Sure.
Ooh, 13. Yeah. As you as you say this, and he kinda, like, catch his eye a little bit, but not in a negative way, in a positive way. Just kinda, like, stops for a moment, takes you in, and kind of clocks, like, the Meridian Company cut of your jib, and he goes, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you work for the MC?"
Oh no. No. He just popped her
Oh,
outward.
yeah.
Like looking around. I'm here to enjoy the MC. What do you mean? He'd, he'd
You
waggle the token. Now, if you don't
Yeah.
mind me, I'm gonna go use this. Start like trudging away from him, like sweat beading on his forehead.
Yeah, yeah. As you start trudging away, Gorgeous Mac winks at you and says, "Well, that token works at the employee bar downstairs, if you catch my drift."
Hmm. Ah. Ah. You'd start heading towards the downstairs.
Mhm. Meanwhile, church,
Yeah.
you've been worked over for about 15 minutes now. You took another,
Mhm.
you took that 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you notice, like, the dwarf, beating your ass is getting a little tired. She's just like, cracks her knuckles.
Getting tired, are we? I could go all night. He like spits out a tooth, but not the gold one.
I was gonna say the gold one?
No, the gold one stays.
She, like, pulls up a small stool opposite you, almost as though she's gonna use this break to catch her breath and finally ask you the questions she wanted to, she's supposed to ask you. So, what's with all these questions about glass?
You know, I think you knocked me around so much, I forgot. Crazy that, isn't it? He'll like lean back in the chair, bloody nose.
You think you're smart, but you're not smart. That type of attitude will get you killed out here.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Get on with it then.
You don't
You
strike me as a
can't, can you?
civilian.
Because you're not in charge. So why don't you find me someone who is?
You're not important enough, just like me, for their time.
Hmm. Important enough that you're not allowed to kill me, though.
That's
That's
because we
eating
want to
you up
know who you
inside,
work
innit?
for.
Oh, well. Maybe you should have thought about that before you dragged me in this room, eh? You think old Mac's going to keep his mouth shut, do you? You're dumber than I thought you were. I'll give it 10 minutes. Either way, you can just keep doing this dance if you want.
And you're what? Gonna rely on Mac to help you out here? Mac
How
is bought and paid for.
how close is she to me?
She's pretty close.
Like pulled
Because,
up
like
a
I said, she
stool?
dragged a stool. Yeah, she dragged a stool, like, across from you. Yeah, she's pretty close.
When she says you're gonna get Mac to help you, I want to try and headbutt her.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Okay.
You need to beat a 12.
I want you to know I closed roll 20 to recharge my dice, so this is definitely gonna work well.
Smart.
Recharge. All these
Uh-huh.
superstitions.
What we got? +2. 21.
Whoa.
Yeah, roll damage.
I'm gonna
was it,
close
1d4?
roll 20. What the fuck?
1d4?
Um,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I think it's like your for unarmed, I believe it's your strength modifier. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Let me look.
1d4 +2.
Yeah.
6. Max damage.
Dang.
It's
Okay.
twice the damage
Okay.
that she did to you over 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she was also like slapping him around, crikey.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. All right.
Wait, I got a
Okay.
quick. I have a
Open
I'm
third
gassing
hand.
him
question.
up, Let me gas him
Yeah,
up.
it was open hand.
I have a
You're
third
like going to the
question.
defense of this bug.
Um,
Yeah.
Would she be surprised by this? Would
Oh,
this trigger
yes.
assassinate?
Oh,
Assassinate.
trigger assassinate.
Yeah, yeah.
You did say she'd be
Yeah.
surprised.
You have
Yeah.
knowledge on
Let me
attack rolls against any
roll
creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat, and if you any hit you score against the creature
100%.
is a crit.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
And a
let's
crit.
do a perception check to see, just to see if she sees it coming.
I swear, if you kill her with this headbutt and then we show up,
She does not see it coming.
oh
No,
my
it's
god.
an 8.
Okay. So it's a crit.
So it's a crit.
It's a crit.
Do you get
How do you
sneak
do
attack
crit?
damage on that too?
Yeah.
It's just a dead
Oh,
body.
God.
Everyone else shows up.
Just stuck in a chair with a dead body in front
Bro,
of him.
okay. Okay. This is what happens. All right, all right. This is what happens. Just she doesn't have that many hit points to start with.
She's an important NPC. She'll just pass out.
Yeah. Because if you get your sneak attack bonus, there's definitely no point to even rolling. She doesn't have that much
Yeah.
HP.
Okay.
Um, as you crack her with your head, not only is she taken aback, but that thing happens that you talk about like in elementary school, that urban legend that if you hit somebody in the nose just right, their nose bone will go into their brain and kill them.
Oh,
We've all heard this urban
yeah,
myth. We've
of
all
course.
heard this. It is a myth no longer. Church, your cue ball head bangs forward, smacks her straight in the face, and she falls back completely incapacitated. TKO'd. One of the guards springs up to help her. And the other guard, you notice, is like standing still near the door, kind of unsure of what to do. The first guard is like, "Come on, help me. She needs help." And the other guard's like, just kind of like looking back and forth, and then just kind of stands there. And he goes, "Never mind." As he's like dragging her up the stairs, he's like, I think she's fucking dead, dude. I'm gonna get her help. You fucking stay here and watch the crazy bald guy. And oh my, I think she might be dead, dude." As he like slowly starts to realize
This
that
guy's
she's
just
like
lying there
not
like covered in
responding
his
at
blood
all.
and her blood.
Weiss, you see this as you're coming down the stairs. You see a man carrying an like as you're about to go down, actually. So you come down one set of stairs, you're on a landing, you're about to go down the second set of stairs, and you see out of one of the back rooms, one of the high roller rooms down the hall, a man come bursting out carrying an incapacitated like female dwarf. And across the way, you also see Ragnar and Truffle just making their way past the two guards in front of the gangplank, coming up onto the main gambling hall. And you're kind of like on this like slightly elevated sort of balcony that kind of extends out onto the main gambling hall floor. And then just to set the scene, and then there's stairs going up behind you, stairs going down to your right that kind of go off into like the below decks, if that makes sense, and then like the sort of somewhat like almost like a half a story elevated hall that's like the high roller decks, like, or high roller tables and rooms to your right.
Yeah, Weiss would eye the guy carrying the dwarven lady down and just kind of like back out of the way before kind of this knowing glance as he would just rush down the stairs and look into the room, seeing where this collapsed dwarf came from and why.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check to see if you can like do it quickly enough before the door closes. Yeah.
Oh no. I don't know why it rolled twice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
It's a
Um,
one.
with a with a
Mhm.
natural one, you go sprinting down the hall, trying to be, like, quiet and careful with this, but kind of, like, tumble over yourself a little bit at the last possible moment, kind of falling into the doorway. And as you look up in a very anime fashion, you see a bloodied church strapped to a chair, and then you see these hobnail boots, like, directly in front of your face as a rather bewildered looking, like, just absolutely strapping, with muscles like, Goliath man, kind of, like, looks down at you, rather perplexed.
Yeah, Weiss would look up, while she's in this visage and kind of just rattle out, "Is this where I'm gonna spend my coin?" Like, it holds up the little orcish token. It's like he looks like he's fallen down the stairs.
Yeah, give me give me a deception check. This is with disadvantage since you, like, kind of tripped and, like, half rolled into, like, this, like, private room that you're, like, not supposed to be in.
This is like the Peepo spilled lunch image, like, looking up at the
Yes,
skyline.
yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%,
exactly what I'm
that's what it
imagining.
is, 100%. Except instead of spilled lunch, it's like a coin.
Yeah. No. No.
Uh, Give me a constitution save.
Oh, no.
Oh
Oh,
my
I rolled at a
god.
disadvantage, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Uh, I think we still just take the first roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know how it works,
Um,
but yeah. Let's say.
yeah. 3. The world goes dark, Wise.
Oh no, her nose. She's dead too.
No,
No.
no.
No!
As
Yeah. Imagine she
for
just,
you
like,
see,
holds up
like
the coin and falls forward.
yeah, yeah, you see the shadow of the boot get larger and larger, and then the
Oh.
world goes dark.
No!
Church, you
No!
recognize Weiss in this guise, and you see from your POV, this is hilarious. From your POV, this is, like, the funniest thing you've
Yes.
ever seen.
In that
The
moment, he'd see, like, the
incapacitated
flash of her eyes change to that paled color that he would know, but just pass out.
yeah, as the boot comes down, kind of, like, knocking poor Weiss unconscious, and you see the burly man grab Weiss in this sort of, like, different guise, um, by the collar and, like, drag them in and then slam the door shut.
Josh be like, "Don't you think it's hard to find good help these days, eh?"
You like see your rescue, and then your rescue gets KO'd in the same split second.
You also see
What?
you also see your rescue, like, trip and, like, fall, like,
Yeah.
directly into the doorway.
What is like bound me to the chair? How am I tied up?
Rope.
Rope.
Yeah, you've got
Okay.
one leg tied to either leg, and then you have both of your hands kind of tied behind your back, to this, piece of wood, like, that's like, like the back of a chair will have, like, 2 thin pieces of wood and then maybe, like, a
Mm,
thick one in the middle is designed to
yeah.
that. Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'll probably try and start trying to escape the rope while he's
Yeah, are you
distracted
trying
with
to do this with blunt
Weiss
force, or you're trying to do it, like, really quietly?
quietly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
This is something I'm good at. 15.
Yeah, you're able to loosen your hands, pretty easily without, the guard noticing. Your feet are still bound, though.
Yeah. Josh will loosen his hands, but like hold the rope to give the impression that he's still bound.
Mhm.
Um, Weiss bought him enough time to loosen the rope.
There you
that
go.
shenanigan. That was about it.
Um, Truffle, Ragnar, you hear some commotion coming from, the bottom of the like, this, like, stairwell leading downwards, and, after some time, you see one of the ship's staff come up and, like, start asking frantically, "Is there is there a doctor on board? Does anyone here have are there any healers on board? Clerics, paladins, anybody on board that's"
Truffle
and
just
you
raised his
realize,
hand.
like, something's gone. "What?"
He's a healer.
You raise your hand?
Yeah, he's a healer. Someone
I
needs
think my
help.
friend can probably help here.
Yeah. You see the waiter come, like, rushing forward, and he's like, follow me," and, like, kind of, like, puts aside, like, this, like, hastily made, like, velvet rope, taking you up to the high roller deck, and then, like, hurrying you down the stairs to, like, the employee bar. As he does, you notice one of the tables has been, like, sort of cleared, and you see an incapacitated dwarf laid on it with, like, a wet cloth on her forehead, blood streaming from her nose. And, you see, like, almost like this person all the color has gone from their face, like, tending to her.
What's the problem? This
Um,
little mushroom walks in.
What's the problem? The lady's like bleeding out.
Yeah. Imagine this like on like an airplane. Like, is there any doctor in the house? Yes. It's just like a little mushroom man. No one's
yeah,
questioning
you
him.
know you definitely notice, like, eyes linger on you, but there's, like, a little bit of an air of, desperation as, the gentleman pipes up and is like, Just this guy hit her in the head, just head and she's like, I think her nose bone went into her brain, like, I've never seen anything like it, like, she's, like, not breathing." And you notice he's just, like, panicking, having, like, failed to, like, stabilize her.
Would this be like a medicine check, or would I be able to
It could be a
recognize?
medicine check to stabilize her unless you have, like, a healing spell, in which case, like, that would just bring her up from death saves.
Um, yeah, yeah. I would do a. I could do a healing word. Sure.
What does your healing word sound like as you cast it?
Um, I've never been asked that question before. It would probably just sound like a different language, very much not from this realm. Um, Kind of whispery, windy, maybe.
Ooh.
Like a whisper in like their ear, and then they they get up. Let me see. I just clicked it, but I don't think it did. Either of those go through?
Mm,
Um,
I didn't see anything.
yeah, I don't see
Um,
anything.
well, it's 1d4 plus 3.
I think you can just do slash roll 1d4 plus 3 too. That might work.
All right. Bring this dwarf back just to kill her again. 5.
Hmm, not bad, not bad. Yeah, as this like otherworldly word kind of floats in the air, thrumming with arcane energy as it does, everyone looks in wonder almost as the the dwarf's eyes flutter for a moment and then, like, open weakly as she like, a little bit more blood kind of comes out of her nose, but she is alive, although very much worse for wear.
Okay, you're good. What happened?
And you she's, like, kind of this is actually a brilliant moment for you 'cause she's, like, just been incapacitated. Her guard is, like, a little bit down, and as you ask, like, what happened, she just kind of is like, "Oh, he's tied up, but launched forward and he hit me with that big bald head, and it just as stars as like an explosion, just shiny forehead. Oh, oh my head. There's so much pressure.
I'll take care of it. Where is he now?
Oh, he's still there. Oh, where am I?
Uh, Truffle will look to whoever was attending to her.
Just keep a moist compress on her forehead for 12 hours, and she should be right as rain in the morning.
He like nods is like, Thank you." And this is like the first
Mm.
time he like kind of like marks how weird you are and just like say thank thank you. Thank you for your
You're welcome,
Ragnar will
help,
chime in and maybe
doctor.
be like, "What
doctor.
did you find her? What did you find her so we can handle this?"
Yeah. Since you're like city guard and you know the lingo, give me a persuasion check with advantage as you're like, we'll handle
Oh,
this and kind of like, act like ship
uh,
staff.
1 second. Persuasion. Oh God, this is gonna be bad. Eh,
Well,
Yeah.
you got advantage. So that's a 12.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, they're pretty rattled. And so, yeah, you like the one definitely wouldn't work, but the 12 does.
yeah.
He kind of nods at you and he's like, yeah, sapphire room. Glad they sent backup.
Oh, all right, Truffle. We need to go, and
If
he'll
Okay.
you
usher
if you need
usher
any more
Truffle out of
help,
there.
yeah, he's like, if you need any more help, I think Donnie's on the top deck.
Don. Uh, okay. Uh, we'll be going. I'm not sure where we're gonna head though. So I think he's gonna ignore that because he doesn't. He's probably gonna try to go without being noticed as much as possible.
Mhm.
Uh, uh. So when they leave, do they see anybody on the way? Like,
Yeah, when you come up, like, back up out of, like, this, like, sort of like the secret bar on the bottom deck where Church drank earlier, as you, like, come up the stairs, and a door slams to your left, you do notice that each of the doors in this hallway is marked with, like, a different, gemstone in the door, as they are, like, the high roller rooms.
oh,
And to your right, you do see, like, ship staff trying to, like, almost, like, give out free drinks to keep everyone else calm since they were just asking, like, for a doctor, just a moment earlier. So you see, like, a trays of free drinks kind of going around as waiters go up to the top deck and then down to the main deck since you're kind of on this, like, almost balcony that looks out on the main gambling floor.
uh, I guess he'll go up to the person that's trying to calm everybody down and just ask. So is are one of the doors like green, a green gem or something like that, like to represent
Well,
an emerald?
Sapphire's blue. We're looking for Sapphire
I
right now.
thought she said emerald. Actually, what? I don't know. My memory's shit.
I'm like
It was
pretty sure it's
it was
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
It
Yeah,
was Sapphire. Oh,
yeah.
so it's blue. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
was thinking emerald.
you don't see it directly in front of you, but you do see different, like, gems on each door. So, like, you have a red one in front of you, and then you have a yellow one next to it. I think you'd be able to surmise that there's probably, like, a blue one further
Right.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truffle would start looking for it pretty much immediately. Or like let you know, like,
Okay.
Gotta find the sapphire room.
Okay. Yeah. He's Ragnar will be like, okay, that's a good idea, and just follow him.
Mhm. Yeah, you travel as you're, like, kind of waddling down the hall. Some of the doors are open, some are shut, and you see like very well dressed people playing very expensive games of everything from like Dragon Chess to Three Dragon Monte. And as you come to the Sapphire Room, almost at the very end, like I said, you realize it's the door that like slammed shut only a few minutes earlier.
He'll go up and knock.
This is hilarious because it's not locked.
He just want. I mean, but he's not gonna, bust in if someone's busy.
Yeah, yeah. As you knock, um, the door opens really suddenly as a guard's like, "Oh, thank God you're back." And then he like pauses and like looks down at you at the both of you. Sorry, this is a
What
private
the?
room.
Uh, uh,
We're here to
can we
help.
see Church when he cracks the door open?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You see Church and Weiss. Weiss now, like, just coming to. Weiss, your vision is, like, swimming as you come to and realize you are also tied up in a chair now.
Truffle doesn't know who the fuck that is. The
Oh,
other person next to it.
so
Wait,
I'll.
is Weiss also bald?
Yes.
Oh my god, he was right.
Balding.
The two bald friends
No.
that know each other.
There's some there,
Everything makes
okay?
sense.
There's
He's like,
like
I
a
knew there were
little
two
bit
of
there's a
them.
little bit of hair on on one of
Oh,
them.
okay, okay.
One is
Ragnar,
balding, the other one is bald.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Ragnar, let's say, oh, they sent need for a healer and point to Truffle.
Yeah. The dude's like, "I don't think he's the one that needs help," and kinda, like,
Oh,
opens
we've
the
already
door.
handled her.
Is she okay?
She'll
She'll
live.
live.
I don't know what happened. Get in quickly, and he, like, kinda, like, sweeps you in with one big arm and, like, shuts the door,
While this is
and
going on,
he's
can I
like,
try and loosen a leg?
"Oh, yeah, go for it. Roll another sleight of hand to see if you
He's gonna
can."
free himself at this point.
Nat
Ooh.
20, 27.
Oh,
Nat 20. You don't free one, you free both.
he's
With
so
your
Okay.
hands loosened, you're able to, like, kind of go down and knowing having tied a lot of knots like this yourself, normally this would take a long time. You're able to squirrel your way out of them almost effortlessly.
Okay. Yeah. He'll sit back in the chair like nothing happened and keep the ropes around his he'll kick the feet rope under the chair and then act like he's still tied up.
Will we have noticed
Mhm.
this?
With a nat 20, probably not. Like, it's
Oh,
like,
true.
you
Okay,
rolled
true, true,
so
true.
high, yeah.
All right, makes sense.
Whatever. He'd grumble as he was freed, his hands coming forward,
Truffle would
rubbing at
start
his
checking on.
balding head.
Yeah, I think Truffle would start checking on this balding person because they're like the next person that needs help. He's the doctor that was sent for.
Um,
Yeah. The balding person seems to be in good order. The bald man seems to be, he's got like a swollen eye and some, swelling in the face from a lot of open-handed slaps.
What seems to be the problem?
He'll ask the Goliath.
Yeah. The Goliath is like almost like confused. Or he's like, as long as she's okay. I mean, this one, I don't know, just came bursting into the room. That one is an animal, a monster person, just launched up out of the chair, just like a bullet, and just and then Rick was like, "Oh, we gotta take Maria to the like she might die," and so it's just oh man. Anyways, Drew, I I need a doctor at this point, but
mhm.
I don't know. Are you here to relieve me? He like looks over at you, Ragnar.
uh, yeah, I'll hold the door.
All right. I don't get paid for this, man. I think I'm just gonna like let him know that everything's handled. And he just like kind of rubs his eyes and like walks out.
Yeah, take a break. Go get a drink.
Oh, I need one. I need one, let me tell you. But don't get close to that one. He's crazy.
All right, we'll do.
He walks out and leaves you to your devices.
The worst guards of all time.
They
Yeah,
don't get
right.
paid much. They
Yeah,
don't get
yeah,
paid much. And one of them just died almost to a
yeah.
headbutt. So they're like, yeah, they're tired.
By the time you guys see him off and turn around, Church is like stood up out of the chair, just like flexing his wrists where the rope was.
Truffle would be like, "You good to go?" It's like not
Took you long
even.
enough.
Seems there was
Is
someone
this your
very
bald
interested
friend?
in your rescue.
What she look like?
He'll give a pretty, accurate description based on, knowing what's,
Uh,
needed from City Watch.
Mhm.
well, that's the lady that told me where to find your glass dealer.
Well, she has some herself.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
she smelled like glass.
she wants the business that we're going to create when we off your auntie.
Well, actually, before we continue, who's your friend here? And he'll
Who?
point towards
Weiss?
the bald guy.
That's
Because he
not
doesn't
Weiss.
know,
Weiss is a
right?
cat. Would Ragnar know?
Oh,
No.
right.
Only Church would know it. Yeah, why should
No, this friend from work.
What'd he say?
Friend from
Friend
work.
from work.
Which is like, you're his boss. Like, you should know his friends from work.
Oh.
You remember him,
Like a
don't
little
you?
bit confused, but yeah, if you say
The
so.
mining company.
Nice to meet you. I'm Truffle. He'll offer to shake the friend from work's hand.
Yeah, sure. I'm Greg. Like shakes his hand.
Nice to meet you, Greg. Do you need healing?
I need a lot of things. He like rub at his head.
I
Is
need
one
some
of them a
fucking healing. Look at my
mushroom?
face, mate. I'm missing a tooth.
Okay.
Where is it? He's gonna look around for his tooth.
It's like on the floor still
Yeah,
where you
he'll like
spit it
he'll
out.
like pick it up and like dust it off and then try and like fit it back in where it
Oh,
came out.
nasty.
Once you fit it in, he'll like, wait right there. And then he's going to cast the healing word and try to heal the tooth back in.
Yeah, you
Reattach
recover the
the
3 hit points you lost, Church, and as
Nice.
as your gum accepts this filthy graft. Yeah.
filthy graft.
Filthy graft.
Mm.
It is new, eh?
Yeah. He says, not sure.
Right then. You guys got any news? Wait,
Well,
let's send this fella on his way before we keep talking.
okay. Bye,
I'm
fella.
sure Weiss will be along shortly.
Hopefully. He'll,
Ah,
I guess,
yeah.
help untie Church's work friend, Greg.
Yeah, he's actually already untied. Like his hands have just been in his lap. He's like,
Why are we even here?
I always hated running with you. It was the worst ever. He'd like get up and leave.
Likewise, Greg. Likewise.
He'd kind of grumble and barrel out the door. As voice goes upstairs to look for a broom closet to shapeshift in.
I like Superman looking for a phone booth.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, you find a lavatory, you have to wait like maybe 3 minutes for someone to finish using it, and as you do, you have like the perfect place to go in and shapeshift and come back out.
That she does. just come back out in her normal attire, kind of adjusting herself after the cracking and like tearing sounds inside the bathroom. Just oh, excuse me. And she'll walk down the stairs back into the room. Well, I am glad I found you. All I had to do was listen to the rabble sounds. What the hell happened down here?
Hi, Wise.
Oh, hello, dear. She put out her hand and kind of pat his little mushroom top.
Well, you'll have to ask Church on that one.
Church is like rubbing his head. He's like, someone paid Mac to double cross me.
I saved a life.
It happens. Appreciate you guys
Oh.
coming. That means a lot, especially you, Truffle.
Oh, no problem. I'm just along for the ride. You want to meet Fen? And he opens his little basket and shows everyone his lizard dog.
What the fuck is that?
It's Fen, my new pet.
What does it do?
You can smell glass.
Fuck off.
No, he takes it back a little like hurt.
Oh, no, it's an expression. You know, it can actually smell glass.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Bob's me
That's how we
uncle.
found your friend.
Oh, then. That should make the next part much easier, because I know where we need to go.
Great.
We just got to get the fuck out of here.
Sure,
Oh,
follow me.
by
And
the-
he'll flash his gold card that they got for free.
Yeah, but Ragnar will volunteer the information. She doesn't know we know each other and contracted us to come find you.
Well, that's to our benefit then. That means you can collect the payment, can't you?
I was thinking
Where's
that
me
already.
fucking things? Do I have my effects on me? Up
Does he have
and
his
stuff like
effects?
that? Would they be like in the corner
Yeah,
of the
they're
room or
they're like
something?
in a pile in the corner. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He'll like start putting his belt on and his grabbing his sword, everything else. Right then.
Yep.
Good.
I don't know. Let's move out.
Do I still have that purse with the gold?
That's a good
It's a valid
question.
question.
You do, but there's some gold
Okay.
missing.
Of course there is.
Now the question is,
Are we-
can we get out without
Do we
attracting
exit
attention?
through the basement?
Um,
Is this room
you're
like
not
in the basement?
in the basement. No. So you're like kind of on the main deck on like this like almost like a half story is what I like to call it, where like a small set of stairs have led you up to like a high roller area. And if you go up, you're on the top deck. If you go down, you're in that area where you were drinking with Mac, which is like Gorgeous Mac's personal bar.
Okay. Josh would be like, I'll meet you guys out front. 2 secs. I'll be right back. He's gonna head down to Mac's bar.
Ooh.
Yeah. As you head down to Mac's bar, you notice there's like you notice the guard you had but earlier, looking worse for the wear with like a damp cloth on her forehead, a cool cloth on her head. And as you see like a very concerned guard like sitting next to her, pouring her like a cup of brandy. And sure enough, you also see like Gorgeous Mac in the corner pacing back and forth, like checking his pocket watch and just like looking kind of nervous. And there's other patrons like down here, but there's only
Yeah.
like maybe six or seven.
He's not
since
near
this
the
is
bar,
like sort
right?
of a private area. No, you have like the whole bar laid out, and then he's like kind of along the back wall, if that makes sense, like pacing back and forth, like kind of absentmindedly like setting the chair, straightening the chairs and stuff like that, and kind of like
Church is
wringing his
gonna
hands a little
he's
bit.
gonna go behind the bar, grab the bottle of his choice, take a swig, and then as he's leaving again, it'll be like, Mac, I'll see you real soon, mate. All right. Have another swig and then head up the stairs.
Yeah, make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nat
Oh!
2023.
Yeah.
That's it.
It it's like that Key and Peele skit where the beads of sweat turn into rivers of sweat. As you see all the color leave his orcish face, he turns into a very, like, almost like a swamp green instead of his usual spring green, and then you just see his half-orc face, almost slack-jawed, bottom lip quivering as you, like, go up the stairs, as he realizes, like, your threat.
Perfect.
But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't raise an alarm or hit the button.
Mm. Church will head for the exit. Where's Tima?
I don't know how y'all were able to get through this without any combat that I had designed. Um,
Anti-combat squad.
Just a really good headbutt.
Yeah,
but
one clean headbutt saved it all.
I was gonna say, I was like, but those, nat 20s definitely helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Yeah. You
Right.
are able to exit the riverboat, like, without any second glances, especially with that gold card in your possession, Truffle. People don't really look twice at you. And Weiss, having shed the appearance from earlier, doesn't, draws, like, interested looks, like flirtatious looks, but not any suspicious ones. And you're able to make your way down the causeway easily and back to where this entire adventure, one could say, started. Netting yourself all 350 experience in the process.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Mhm.
We track that on our sheet.
Yeah, it at the very top, like, near where you put in your
Oh yeah,
name.
got it.
Yeah,
How much?
350. Mhm, mhm.
I'm dumb. I can't find it.
Um,
Your character sheet, right, top right.
Top right.
Yeah.
yeah. So if you look at, like, right by your alignment, there's, like, a spot underneath your background where it says, like, experience points at,
Okay.
like, the very, very top.
Sorry, I just ended up clicking something stupid. Uh, okay. Near alignment, you said? Oh, here it is. I got it. Okay.
Mhm.
I
Yep,
didn't know that was clickable. Okay. How much? 250?
350.
350.
350.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. The group, the party is together once again. It's very dark now, and the lanterns in the streets are coming on one by one. It's a beautiful night. There are small floating lanterns, like, on the water surface, and the floating market, is still bustling. In fact, more so than before, since, now that it's cooler, more people are kind of flooding into the streets of Rubina. The You hear a little bit of a commotion on the riverboat as you're leaving, and you wonder for a moment if maybe your escape has finally been noticed. And you actually see on the top deck a few sparks kind of come to life on that thin wire that Weiss noticed earlier. And as it does, you hear like a metallic clanking as something comes to life on the top deck. But thankfully, you are quite some distance away in the safe, dark alleys of the city instead of on the boat.
Very good.
I'm sure it was a really cool combat encounter. I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
That was, this is
We
good.
kinda came into this like, "Oh, this is gonna be our like,
Yeah.
non-combat group." So it's like
I said we spoke about this in the post show of last episode, and JP was like, "Are you built for combat?" And I was like, "No, I'm built to like prevent combat from happening." And it like it totally happened that way. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Thank God,
You killed
I'm
somebody
not
with a
built."
headbutt.
Yeah, I'm not built for like long form combat.
One headbutt.
Iconic headbutt. Church would turn to the group and be like, "This is the perfect time to get where we need to go. We're looking for a compound on the outskirts of the city. I know where it
Should we
is. So follow me."
should we
Should we
check
get
in
paid
with
first?
yeah, the lady that we rescued you for?
No, later.
Oh. I mean, she's like right there. I can see her.
I mean, she knows. Is she looking at us?
I made that up.
No. If you, yeah, yes, and yeah. Truffle, as you say this, I would love to imagine that Truffle just like went like straight to like you had y'all
Led us
convene like
to
10
her.
feet from her. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
we just
hilarious
walked
to
right
me.
next to her, and you're like, "All right, what's the plan?" It's like, she's right there.
Yeah. You see like a little bit of ember kind of go out as she grinds another hand rolled cigarette under her heel, and she kind of like walks over and is like, well, I have to say I'm rather impressed. She like
Uh,
pats you on the mushroom cap like awkwardly.
You got it.
oh, I see.
Um, yep, he's a little worse for wear, but he's in one piece.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for saving me. I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, man.
You're welcome.
Uh, um, there may have been one casualty, but seems like she will be okay.
A shame. And the woman like just kind of shrugs and tosses you like a velvet pouch.
All right. I'm assuming he'll take a quick look in it.
Yeah. You see one diamond about the size of like your thumb from like the sharp bottom to like the polished top, as well as
Ooh.
75 gold.
Oh, nice. Um. So let's think. So what do you need from here? Now that he's in front of you, because I
Hmm.
could make some use for him.
You could make some use for him.
Yes.
Well, let's walk and talk.
Okay. I guess he'll kind of
Let's not.
notion to. What do you need, Church?
Well, this is a good time to go.
Well, she had a
How
job to
about this,
do, and I
lady?
did it.
I'll brief them on the way. How about that? Does that work for you?
I'll brief them on the way. You strike me as the brash type, which is probably why you were captured in the first place. Your
Also, probably why I escaped. But
competency
let's keep going.
is in question. His is not. And she like points to
Oh,
Ragnar.
oh, I see. What's okay, right?
But he's pretty much the one that handled it all.
All right,
She doesn't
Ragnar.
know that.
Hey,
He'll,
I'll follow your lead, mate. The competent one.
uh,
The one who fixes problems
Yes, the
instead
fixer.
of
That's right.
creating them.
He did fix my problem. Yes.
Ragnar will kind of smirk and look at Church. Just, just arrogantly.
Church, whose job it is to fix problems for Ragnar.
Yeah. Um, she she's like, walking through the dark city streets now at a brisk pace. Um, her lacquered boots kind of like clacking against the sandstone tiles. Um, she kind of like speaks openly with you since in her mind you've like proved your competence to her and solved a really big problem for her. And so she says to you, I'll put it plainly. You see, up until about 6 years ago, Rabina was held equally by the different houses. But that hasn't exactly been the same since Dame Steelbrow took over.
Oh, so
Mhm.
Ragnar, his eyes will widen, and he'll ask, "Well, why don't you tell me more about her?"
Hmm. Yeah, she started out with just a few trading fleets under her banner, I guess you could say. But she struck this bargain with House Enville, which is really just a funny way to say anvil, I think. Now, from my research, there's something going on between her and the leader of this other house. The house patron, uh, that is. Mm,
Hmm.
Durand is what he goes by. And he started providing her with the the means to distribute or refine this, well, what we refer to as glass.
And
After
he'll try.
that,
He's gonna chime in and be like the glass you have in your possession.
yeah, she smiles and she's like, well, yes, of course. All the money's in dealing it. But the alchemists under his watch were able to turn it into like something usable, as it were. Before her partnership with him, she was just sitting on a veritable powder keg of incriminating evidence. Anyways, their torrid affair, as well as their business partnership, ended up in her becoming very wealthy very quickly. She was able to buy up all of the muscle in town and, well, muscle out the rest of us. My house, House Corliss, kind of fell out of favor. And so we had to sign a sort of treaty promising that we would sort of submit to her power. It's not a great position for me to be in. I rather liked being on top. But the truth is, if she finds out that I've been moving in secret against her, well, the combined might of her as well as this House Anvil would crush the remains of my house. And that's where we find ourselves. A bunch of criminals with knives pointed at each other's throats, all wishing the other would die. Which begs to question where you fall in all of this. It seems like your compatriot, and she kind of motions over to Church, has a personal vendetta against the dame.
Um, And Ragnar will volunteer the information of well, that's convenient because I do too.
Hmm. And you mean to tell me you have no interest in taking over this operation for yourselves? I mean, whoever owns House on Veal essentially owns all of Rubina.
Uh, as long as she fails, I'm okay with anything.
You mean to kill her?
Kill her, capture, doesn't matter to me.
I think I might just buy her dinner.
Uh, as you say that, she like chuckles and she's just like, well, Durand probably won't take kindly to that. I kind of was surprised by your initial offer, Church.
It's weird. I thought nothing surprised you. You're so stoic.
Your sarcasm is not lost on me.
It feels lost. It feels lost. It feels like I'm getting nothing from anyone here. I'm laying it down. I'm getting nothing back.
People like you don't do things unless they're getting something out of it.
Okay, and people like you don't do things unless they're getting something either.
Right.
Pleasure doing
Except
business with you.
I'm going to change my standing from belonging to the weakest house in Rabina to the strongest house in Rabina in one fell swoop by taking over the glass refining operation.
Okay,
What are you getting?
my neck off the chopping block.
So the dame wants you dead,
No,
but you want her dead.
yeah,
So you must work for the big man himself.
yeah, sure.
And now the math begins to make sense.
Big man wants her gone. I gotta make her gone.
She like smirks.
As for these three, never met them in my life, so I'm not sure what their motive is.
I'm just kind of along for the
Yes.
ride.
You don't seem like the type to be caught up in this line of work. She like looks at both of you, Weiss and Truffle.
Weiss lets like a flourish of her her hand come up, and she speaks. Well, to be honest, I follow a good story. Somebody's got to tell them, yeah, even if they're
Church is
twisted.
rolling his eyes.
Absolute lie. I get to make money off of a story, right? Even if it's
Hmm.
not true.
I suppose stories can be profitable in and of themselves. You
Oh,
seem like you're
surely.
in over your head, though. She like kind of like motions to Truffle.
I'm just happy to be here.
And
Life is a journey with many twisting roads and changing winds.
as you say that, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Uh-oh.
You need to be at a 16.
Okay. Good thing wisdom is my thing. Uh,
Everything's your thing. Oh.
Ruffle.
Yeah.
Mm.
You become vaguely aware, but are unable to repel this sort of like psychic probing into your mind as her eyes kind of like bore into yours a little bit. She takes like another long drag from a freshly rolled cigarette, and like you feel the sort of like layers of your mind kind of like unfolding just a little bit as as she like pushes past your surface thoughts towards something deeper. What does she learn about you that's like just past like that surface thought of like I'm just here for the ride?
Um, Probably some level of fear or secret that he's keeping.
Yeah,
There's some
yeah.
like on the run aspect that he finds is easier to be on the move than to be in one place for too long.
Mhm. Yeah. She like grins to herself a little and is like, "Ah, being along for the ride is convenient when you don't want to be found."
He'll, I think his smile will kind of drop for the first time, and since you guys have seen him, he'll kind of glare at her.
That's not very nice.
I never said I was nice, but I find that
Hmm.
people are never nearly so innocent as they claim.
Usually they have their own reasons.
Oh, I didn't say you didn't. I rather empathize for you, little one.
Sure you
But
do.
I also feel that I have to warn you. When people are in positions as precarious as you are, they're often taken advantage of by people that pick up on that. And her eyes kind of like dart back to church.
Never met him before.
He'll use you and spit you out. Be careful.
Sometimes that's better than the alternative.
These words kind of hang on the air with like a little bit of sadness to them. Yeah. And eventually she just kind of like tisks. But at least you've made a friend. And she like gestures to the basket.
I think his smile will come back.
Yeah, that's this Fen.
He'll show Ben.
I
He
wouldn't
smelled
say
your
we're friends
glass.
just yet.
That's so mean.
Wait, did churches say that about me?
Yes.
Have you just met
Oh.
him?
Who are you people?
Yeah. As you say this, like, she extends her hand to you, Truffle, and she says, "Well, I'm Norin, and, it's very, rather pleasant to do business with someone honest for a change."
Hmm. I don't know if I could say the same.
And he offers his hand.
Yeah. She shakes it and then kind of continues her brusque walk as she says, "Well, temporarily, our objectives are aligned. You want Dame Steelbrow dead. It would also greatly convenience me if she were dead. The only time the dame is vulnerable, one could say, is during the monthly count. You see, she does a very good job of making sure she's not tied to any of these illicit operations. She likes to keep her own sort of business dealings above board. But she comes by to oversee and count all of the glass packets herself. She deals directly with the house patron, Durand. Like I said, they were an item. I don't know if they still are, but out of respect for that, they still deal directly with each other. I know Durand employs a number of guards, but I also know that the dame employs none. She goes undercover, counts the packets, exchanges the coin, and leaves. Like clockwork, on the new moon, every month. That would be your best chance to get at her. And if things go right, me and my allies in House Stilette can take over the operation. And we take the glass, you take your captive. Everybody wins.
Except for the dame.
Yes, dear, except for the dame.
Just
That's
clarifying.
the point. She just pats him.
um, I guess he'll. So you suggest we catch them in the act as it's happening?
Yes.
And where do they do this?
There's a grain silo about 11 miles east of town. Underneath the grain silo, that's where they deal.
And when's the
My
next full
sources tell
moon?
me. She looks at the
I think
sky for a moment.
you would know this too, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know it's in like 2 or 3 days' time. You have some time to prepare.
And the full moon's in 2 or 3 days. What perfect timing.
She kinda
How
like
do you know
laughs
that?
to herself for a moment.
You look at church. How do I know that? How
How
do
do you know that?
I, pointing at like this whole get up, how do I know when the moon's full?
Last I checked, the moon wasn't a mushroom. I don't see the relation to you knowing when it's going to be a full moon.
It's all nature in it, he says, trying to get a little sassy with you.
You got edited.
Oh, all right. Charles has got no response. He didn't expect you to in it him.
Got him.
Stop laughing.
Yeah. Norin, kinda like chuckles at Truffle's pluck and, then says, I was content to let you go in and assuredly fail, Church, but now I see a sort of more unique opportunity.
Mm. Well, I mean, you've confirmed that you have a bad eye for stuff based on this interaction, but still get the job done with these guys.
Yes, hopefully Ragnar will not have to try to save you again.
Hopefully not.
I will take care of him.
Yeah. And as you say that, she kind of like almost like her body language changes a little bit and as she becomes a little serious and she's like, if at any point you think this endeavor might fail, it might be best if you bail. If those two catch any wind that my house or house Stilette is even remotely a part of this endeavor, well, the house wars would tear apart Rubina. It's happened before. It would be unfortunate if it were to happen again.
uh, Ragnar will say, I don't think you have to worry about that. When she sees who I am, she'll understand something else.
Right. A message from the big man. And she like winks at Church.
Right then.
Is there anything you need from me?
Can you tell us any more about this drop off point?
I can tell you what my scouts have reported back to me. The silo is a front. Um, Underneath it, there are a network of highly volatile labs where Duran's alchemists set about doing their various works. Refining glass is only one of the operations. At least that's what we think. The network of labs they have down there kind of insinuates something much larger is at play. What that is, I don't know. Now, I know in the old days, Durand also dabbled in metallurgy and in creating more volatile arcane components, but I don't know what he's up to these days. So, when you make your way down there, you'll want to be careful. I don't know what else he might have at his disposal to dispatch you. The way in, well, I know of at least two. There's the trapdoor in the grain silo, which will most likely be guarded. And then I know for a fact that there's another exit in the swamps. He carries out a lot of his illicit trade materials by water, by rafts. The swamps are so thickly vegetated there, and the terrain is so difficult to pass, and it's so dangerous that the guards can't possibly patrol it. And they said about 300 years ago it used to be an oasis, but something rotted it. And ever since then, it's kind of cursed ground. Because of that, it makes a perfect place to disappear into if you catch my drift. I know that at least one of the tunnels leads into and out of there. As for the exact entry location. I can't be sure.
Truffle goes, I vote swamp. He's waiting. The only one with his hands up, I guess.
What's happening?
I have no idea.
We're
So
talking about different ways in. The swamp or the grain silo.
yeah, oh, I know. It's either the trapdoor or the swamp, right? I see. But what makes you want to go the swamp route? Is that something you could take advantage of?
Yeah.
Okay, then seeing as Ragnar has already seen what he can do, um, I think we should trust him on this one, and then he'll.
I fucking hate swamps.
What do you like, though?
Not swamps.
Mm.
Truffle, I like not swamps.
Well, I like swamps.
Ragnar's in charge, so we'll do it this way.
Sorry, Truffle, but I think you're outvoted. I also don't want to go traipsing through the swamp. Unless you have a better idea of how we can travel through it. She kind of like tries to support him with her words, but is very clear she doesn't want to go there.
I mean, we could
I
hit
bet I
one
could find
guard.
the entrance. The foliage will talk to me.
As you're saying this, Truffle, Norin kind of marks or empathizes with your words, Weiss, and is like, I don't blame you. There's sturges, blight flies, all kinds of things that can give one fever or worse.
Exactly. And if we are feverish or worse off, dead, we can't complete this arrangement we have, can we? She like nods her head to Truffle. Her priorities clearly not
Church
straight.
picking up on how much Weiss doesn't want to go to the swamp is going to change his tone.
No!
Hang on a minute. He's a healer, so you don't have to worry about that.
Church?
Maybe the
We're
swamp's
not
not such
going
a
to the
bad
swamp.
idea after all.
We ain't going to the swamp. All right?
It's Ragnar's call. Anyway, so
It is Ragnar's
Oh,
call.
well,
Right there.
what would chaotic neutral do right here? So you said the trapdoor is only guarded by one guard?
She said it was guarded. She didn't say how many.
Okay.
Yeah.
look, I'm just saying, let's see what little Truffle can do. You know?
I was thinking the same.
Oh, I see
Oh,
what
you hear
it
that,
is.
Weiss?
All right.
Yep.
I see what it is. I make one notion that I don't want to go traipsing through no nasty, dirty place, and you're going to make a laugh of it. She's looking right at Ragnar. Her like
well.
cat-like pupils like narrowing.
I mean, you've worked with him before. You know what you're getting into.
Usually he's not this much of an asshole. She like looks
Usually
at
you
him.
don't trip full face first through the door when you come to see me.
You're right.
Oh.
I don't.
Consider this
Would
me
Ragnar pick up
breaking
on what
even.
he means with that?
Yeah, give me an insight check. See if you
Okay.
can like pick up on like what they're talking about.
Oh God. Oh, that was an advantage.
Yeah.
My bad. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. Yeah, you An 8 isn't so low that you have no like, you definitely don't know that, like, Weiss was the bald man, but you do think that, like, you're starting to get a sort of sense that, like, they work together more than they work with you, if that makes sense. Like, they
Oh,
have
okay.
yeah, like, it's like you're the manager, but your 2 employees are kind of like, th they're working off their own manual, if that makes sense. Like, they
Right.
they
It's
definitely have, like, insider knowledge there.
okay. So it's a bit of like suspicion then of
Mhm.
their knowledge of each other. Okay. I guess he'll look at both of them,
Anyway,
just
like I said, I've never
questionably.
met these three before, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even Norin at this point is just like, "Yes, of course."
um. So, is there anything else we should know before we make our way?
Uh, well, yeah, I suppose, the compound is rather neatly divided. There's the labs, then there's the packing wing, one could say, where they sort of bundle and conceal the glass and different mundane items. And then there's the offices. That'll most likely be where the dame is. I don't know exactly where in the offices the treasury is, but it'll be there. That way, if things go bad, Durand can pack up what matters, the money, and ditch.
You said
Oh,
the exit is in the swamp, so he would leave that way.
There is at least one tunnel that goes to the swamp, yes.
There may be more.
Potentially. Like I said,
Hmm.
it's a very dangerous place, rife with all sorts of insects that sting and suck blood and bite.
She just deflates.
And the terrain is impassable, even by horse. Their hooves just sink right into it. So you'll have to go by foot. Like I said, it makes
Ooh.
patrolling there very difficult. So the guards can't possibly keep an eye on it.
Swamps get a lot of bad rep, but they're actually thriving ecosystems. And, the rotational kind of way of life of a lot of new microorganisms being born in the different, waters and then decaying and giving way for new things to grow and feed on them. It's quite beautiful.
you're a great
I'm
place
a
to ditch a
thriving
body.
organism. She just like pulls her hand to her chest. An ecosystem, really. My own self. If I go there, it's gonna be even worse. It's really laying it on thick. She doesn't want to go.
Mm. We, I mean, we have 2 days, right? Maybe we can scope it out.
How about this? Truffle finds the way in. That way, we spend as little time in the swamp as possible, Weiss.
Fine. But if I get anything in my fur, you're brushing it out. And she crosses her arms.
Sure.
Her head like snaps from church to truffle.
Judge is like smiling because he just dodged a bullet. What a stand-up guy.
With a brush.
Oh, okay.
As you say, like, with a brush, a big velvety tongue comes, like, lolling out of the basket and, like, kind of laps up Truffle's arm and then, like, back down.
Oh, there's almost
Oh,
like a pleading glance she sends to Church.
Wise, have you met Fen? And he'll open the basket for Fen to say hi.
Yeah, Fen, like, kind of bounds out with, like, puppy energy, and the tongue kinda goes up your fur, Weiss, and then, like, back down, kind of, like, taking in your smell.
Oh, how cute.
Thanks. I got him today.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
So where are
Weiss
we
just like
staying?
fur starts to puff up on her shoulders and like around her neck as it just starts to stand up on end.
Yeah. You see your, I guess, like, sort of mission giver, mission handler kind of, like, sigh a little bit as she, like, rubs her temples, and she's just like, "Please tell me you'll keep a low profile."
I'll try.
well, well, no one noticed us on the boat, so I think we can make do with that.
"Yes, I trust you to keep this motley crew in check, Ragnar."
Oh yeah, I'll do my best. Give another smirk to church.
Just gives you like the fakest smile you ever seen with like his gold tooth.
It's like the crew antagonizing each other. Um, yeah, over the next few days, you have time to prepare. Now, Truffle, I know you wanted to look into other ways into the swamp. Like, do you go and scout it out?
Yeah, I think I would prepare, talk to plants, and I would go within kind of whatever the radius of the swamp entrance that we would think, roughly would be. Then I would try to communicate with them to see if they could point me in the direction of people coming and going, um, and kind of the safest way to traverse it.
Yeah. Um, okay, yeah, so you cast speak with plants. Give me a survival check.
If I cast it on a mushroom, would I get advantage?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
What a fun
Survival.
guy.
What a fun
He's a
guy.
fun guy. 13. Yeah, your first trip into this, like, what used to be an oasis, but now is almost like a rotting sore on this part of the continent. Um, your first trip is a little bit rough going. The air is rife with insects, and, you realize that, Norin didn't oversell it, and the air is thick with all kinds of parasites and, um but in an odd sense, it almost feels, like home for you. As you first kind of take refuge under the boughs of these trees dripping with all kinds of growths from them, you actually get a little bit of respite from the sun that was beating down on you just a few minutes before, as you realize very little sunlight, if any, reaches the forest floor unfiltered. And as you cast speak with plants, you are able to sort of talk to this large, almost cordyceps shaped mushroom that's like growing innocuously on the side of what used to be a palm tree and is now more of like a sort of like mulchy kind of stalk almost jutting out of the ground. It kind of,
Um,
you can feel its, like, sentience in your mind kind of blink to life as your spell, like, makes contact with it.
I forget, is this spell like the Speak with Dead where you have like 3 questions, or is it more conversational?
No, I think it's time-based. I think it's a concentration spell, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Um, you would say, "Good morning."
Yeah, it lasts for 10 minutes, yeah. Um, yeah, you hear the little mushroom kinda, like, speak back. In fact, it's like a new n almost like a chorus, as
Mhm.
it's, like, multiple mushrooms attached to the same substrate, like, speaking together, and as you say good morning, they all kind of chime in and say, "Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Truffle.
Hi! Hi, Twaffle!" Like, almost like a kindergarten class.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's turned into a kid show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where people have been sneaking in and out of the swamp?
Oh, wow! And you hear them, like, all talk to each other like, "What's the right answer? I don't know what's the right answer." And you hear them, like, converse with each other. "I think it's over. Yeah, by the bubbles. Yeah, 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 yeah. The bubbles!" They all
By the
say, like, in unison,
bubbles.
"The bubbles!"
Do they go into the bubbles?
No, the 2-foots can't go into the no, the 2-foots can't go into the bubbles. No, the 2-foots can't go
Where do the 2-foots go?
in. The 2-foots go by the bubbles.
By the bubbles. Okay.
The
What
bubbles didn't used to be there. No, it didn't used to. No, it didn't used to be.
are the bubbles bad?
Yeah.
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 Oh no, we don't like the bubbles.
The bubbles used to be cool, refreshing. Now they're hot. Too hot. Too hot. Too
Too
hot.
hot.
Too hot. Too hot.
Okay. So the bubbles come from below.
Yeah.
Hmm. How do I get down below? If I can get below,
Oh, below is bad. Below is bad. Below is bad. Don't go down there, teacher.
it's okay, everyone. I will make the bubbles less hot.
Ah! All the mushrooms like start you see them like scintillate with like different lights as like spores kind of come off of them in different sprays of color. Our savior! Teacher's gonna save us!
You just have to help me find where the 2-foots go in.
Okay, follow us. And in the distance, you see like another spray of spores as they like begin to like kind of create this like floating spore path to lead you forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would try to follow in as camouflaged or like, you know, being as stealthily as possible so as to not. I guess you'd also ask them like,
Are there any there right now?
Oh, two
Okay.
foots.
Can you warn me when you see them close? When you sense them?
Yeah.
Okay, lead the way.
And this like little puffs of colored spores kind of guide you through this wretched swamp while the sturges sting at you and the blood flies hover around your head, waiting for you to stop moving for just a second so they can land on you and get a piece of you.
hmm,
That is where we'll end today with Truffle going into this wretched swamp with the hopes of being able to find a shortcut for his friends who will soon follow. Thank you so
friends
much
is
for joining
a
us
strong
today.
word. Yeah,
Aw.
as he's been reminded. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Um, I I had such a great time. It was such an amazing episode. So many great roles, so many great roles. Let's go around and meet our players one last time. Kraken, take it away. What are you up to this week? Where can people find you?
Oh, I am Kraken. After this, I'm playing GTFO with my friend Strippin as well, actually, and we are about a GTFO from a bunch of monsters. Are they mushroom monsters in that, or am I imagining that?
They look a
No,
little bit mushroom-like.
Yeah.
they're kind of mushroomy. They glow and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
sticking to
Sure,
and
that
why
theme.
not?
they're like a hive mind, so
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Good
let's
enough.
go with that.
So doing that. And then rest of this week, I don't know, but I stream a variety of stuff. So yeah, thanks for having me. I had a great time today.
amazing. Momo, what are you up to this week?
Uh, I will probably be playing some more Final Fantasy and uh uh Dinosaur Madness for the rest of the week as I've fallen into a trap of another video game I really enjoy.
That's fair. That's fair. Timac,
Hello. I don't really have that luxury. I'll be playing the game I've been playing for the last 6 years, yet again.
You don't sound jaded at all, man.
No,
I'm
it's
enjoying it.
great. It's great. No, it's at least it's a little fresh. At least it's based out of the 80s, so it's a little different. If people would just appreciate the 80s a bit more, I think it'd be better, but it's been fun. Fun and different. New storyline going on right now.
amazing, amazing. Strippin',
I'm gonna be doing
third
a
place
bit of
dad
everything.
race winner.
I know. Thank you. Yeah, I won my kid's sports day. Came third in the dad's race.
Let's
Which,
go.
given that I
Wow.
like spend 15 hours a day on my ass, was pretty impressive. I think. I definitely like strained my groin as well from trying too hard.
Too
Oh my
competitive.
But I won't admit that in front of the other dads. Who, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. After that race, every single dad was limping to the car. So it's like, I will be playing some GTA with Tim. I will be playing some dinosaur game with Momo, and after this, I'm gonna be playing some GTFO with Kraken. So that's me. Oh, also
Fantastic.
tomorrow, I just bought piglets, and they're 10 weeks old.
Piggies,
And tomorrow,
yes.
they're gonna be on stream. I'm gonna show them on stream.
Pigs?
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. I'm so
Wait,
excited.
have I not sent you the photo?
Oh my god, there's piggies.
Wait, actual pigs?
Actual pigs. Yeah. Let me show you the photo. I'll put it in the Discord.
I love pigs.
They're called
Okay, now I definitely
Clementine
have to.
and
Oh,
Winnie,
oh my
and they're
god.
Kune Kunes.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
I
Oh
know.
my god.
Oh my gosh, look at them.
But they're terrified of everything because they're babies. So I gotta like teach them to not be afraid by chasing them for like 5 minutes until I catch them, and then forcefully hugging them for like 20 minutes a day.
You have to hug them to like. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, yeah. But
You're
they're
like
so
a
hard to
real life
catch.
druid.
They're so deceptively quick. Is
You're
Mhm.
gonna
ridiculous.
strain your groin again. Trying to
You gotta do it.
Yeah, this is
You gotta
training.
do
Is
it.
that is this how you were training for the race?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
chasing pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I fucking love it. Hi, I'm that bronze girl. Yeah, catch me this week because this weekend I'm going to Ireland and
Whoa.
hanging out
Ooh,
there. Yeah,
ooh,
very
fun.
excited. Very excited to drink my weight in Guinness. And
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I'm very excited. I can't I'm gonna have Guinness with every meal. That's
Great.
it. That's all. That's all I've got.
I don't know what
Stay
the
tuned
science is
for
behind it, but it always tastes better in Ireland.
Yeah.
right? Everyone
You know what
tells
I
me
mean?
that.
It is better in Ireland.
Everyone
No,
tells
it
me
genuinely
that.
does though. It genuinely does, and I don't know why.
I
They
can't
keep
wait.
the good stuff there.
I
Okay.
can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Stay tuned for our Patreon post show and have a good one. Thanks for coming by and we'll see you on the flip. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right.